In the ever-blurring lines between companies, cultures, and charisma, one man, one voice, has decided to crash the gates of a WWE feud from an entirely different kingdom. His name, MJF. And true to form, he didn't whisper his opinion. He blasted it, broadcasted it, declared it with the venom only he can deliver. MJF, AU's crown prince of controversy, has never been one to stay quiet. And now, with a foot in Hollywood and a fist clenched in wrestling warfare, he's launched verbal missiles at Lyra Valkyria, all in defense of a woman he calls a close friend, Becky Lynch. On Busted Open Radio, where truth often comes with a microphone and a little too much fire, MJF threw his allegiance directly into the WWE spotlight. His message, clear, scathing, and straight from the soul. "I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch," he began, with the kind of swagger that oozes from every syllable he speaks. "Hate that Lyra girl. I agree with Becky. Lyra stinks. No political correctness. No filters. Just MJF doing what he does best, speaking in uncut capital letters. If you have an issue with Becky Lynch," he warned, "I have an issue with you." A line drawn in the sand. Not just between Becky and Lyra, but between anyone daring to stand on the wrong side of MJF's loyalty. And make no mistake, this wasn't just some off-the-cuff comment from a guy with a mic. This was personal. This was sharp. This was showbiz and squared circle warfare intersecting like a steel chair to the spine. What stirred this storm? A film. A comedy. Happy Gilmore 2, Adam Sandler's much-anticipated sequel, where both Becky Lynch and MJF are cast members. The movie premieres this Friday, July 25th, on Netflix, and in typical MJF fashion, he's already working the press circuit like a master manipulator. When asked about working with Lynch on set, he didn't hesitate. "Oh yeah," he said. "Me and Becky, we go way back. We are good friends." And that bond, forged on camera or off, has now spilled into the narrative of WWE itself. Whether the executives asked for it or not, MJF just inserted himself into one of WWE's hottest women's storylines leading into SummerSlam. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria. No disqualification. No count out. The stakes were already high. But now, the temperature has risen a few more degrees, courtesy of AEW's most venomous tongue. Let's not forget the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship isn't just a belt. It's a war zone. A battlefield where legacies are shaped and shattered. And now, with MJF's shadow looming over the rivalry, the emotional weight has grown. Lyra Valkyria, no stranger to doubt, disrespect, or difficult challenges, now finds herself the target of a verbal sniper. Not from her locker room. Not even from her promotion. But from across the fence, and from someone who plays for a different team entirely. "Something is up with her," MJF quipped. "She's probably a bad person." Hyperbole. Possibly. Satire. Maybe. But in MJF's world, every line is strategic. Every insult is engineered for impact. And while some might dismiss it as promotion for a movie, the truth is far more layered. Because behind those quotes, there's a moment unfolding. A moment where wrestling's greatest talker has chosen a side, and done so loudly. This isn't about crossover. This is about collision. AEW's MJF backing WWE's Becky Lynch. Yes. Welcome to 2025. In the world of modern wrestling, where forbidden doors are opened and shattered by the day, MJF just kicked open a new one, with a smirk, a laugh, and a Molotov cocktail of words. And what does this mean for SummerSlam? It means the tension just tripled. It means every eye will now be on Lyra, not just from WWE fans, but AEW's audience too. Not just for what she does in the ring, but how she responds. If she responds, will she address MJF? Fire back? Stay silent? And what about Becky Lynch? The man, the warrior, the multi-time champion whose legacy was already secure, now being co-signed by one of the industry's most controversial names. This alliance, even if born out of film camaraderie, carries weight. MJF doesn't praise often. He insults easily. So for him to tip his hat to Becky is a moment worth pausing on. Meanwhile, MJF's own trajectory continues upward. After winning the Casino Gauntlet match at AEW's All In, he's earned a guaranteed shot at the AEW World Championship. He's not just talking, he's winning. And with that momentum, he's become a magnet for storylines, controversy, and intrigue, even those outside his federation. Wrestling's reality is now a multiverse. And MJF, ever the main character, continues to thread his presence through every possible angle. This is no longer about Becky versus Lyra alone. It's about perceptions, opinions, personalities too big to be contained by one brand. MJF has now become a wildcard in this WWE narrative. Uninvited, unfiltered, unbothered. Whether WWE chooses to acknowledge him further remains to be seen. But the fans already have. The chatter is alive, the debate is hot, and as the countdown to SummerSlam ticks on, there's no escaping the echo of MJF's voice, loud, laughing, and unapologetically loyal to the man. So here we are, Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria, the match of the summer. And now, MJF, hovering above the storyline like a storm cloud, waiting to thunder again. If you have an issue with Becky Lynch, he's already got an issue with you.